All right, hey there YouTube. I want to talk for a moment about this purse. I just kind of want to talk about how I made it. This particular purse isn't for sale. This is for my wife. I will be selling these, so be looking for these on For the King Journals. Website's going to be coming out soon. Facebook is the primary place that you can order from me. First off, let me give you the dimensions of the bag. If you're somebody who's interested in the bag, let me first give you the dimensions, and then if you want to stay tuned, I'm going to talk about how I made it. So the bag is 12 inches long, it is 6 inches deep, and it's 10 inches tall. So those are the dimensions there. And then this strap here is made out of thick leather, and it's riveted together with 3 rivets. And I just do the one strap just like this. The closure is going to be different on the bags to come. This closure I'm not going to be able to do on every bag. So that closure will be different, but this style, as far as the one outside pocket that's stitched and riveted together. So I mean, you can carry a tire iron in there if you wanted. And then you got the same pocket on the inside. It's just one big open space in here, with the exception of that big pocket right there. I got a little bit of leather shavings in here. I didn't blow it out yet because I was doing some cutting for this hole right here. Again, this will probably be more of a button that presses through that leather, that latches, or I may do a little bitty magnetic button clip on the inside. May be the way to fasten it. Again, this is not going to be the model. You're not going to be seeing that closure on every bag. Probably just this one. And I just want you to notice this is one great big piece of leather that is wrapped and hand stitched together. And that's it. That's the dimensions of this bag. Now, let me tell you how I make this leather bag. All the leather I purchase is vegetable tan leather, so it's a full grain leather, which is the strongest part of the leather. And it's all roughly this color. Some of it's a little bit lighter, some may be a little slightly darker than this, but it's all this really light cream color, all the leather that I get. Vegetable tan is just a natural tanning process. You don't use any extra additives or chemicals or anything like that. It's just a natural process, and it gets you that color right there. So everything that you buy from me, wallets, journals, valet trays, bags, everything is completely hand dyed. I hand dye all this myself, all the colors. So I started off with this bag. My wife was wanting me to make her one. And I wanted to make it out of one great big piece of leather because I wanted it to be a super strong bag. And really just overbuilt. I mean, you can beat somebody to death with this bag. It's not going to hurt it whatsoever. So what I'd done is I was just kind of drawing on a piece of paper how I wanted to fasten this bag together. She told me kind of the dimensions and what she wanted it to look like. So this is really her design. I just had to come up with how to stitch the leather together and all that good stuff. So this is one, if you notice here, this is one great big piece of leather. The pieces of leather meet here, they're overlapped and double stitched here. So this leather runs all the way around. This pocket is a separate piece, and the pocket inside is a separate piece. But if you notice, this is all one big piece of leather. Not only that, but notice this, that piece of leather runs all the way to the bottom. Now, one thing that's a little bit different about this bag than how I was originally thinking I was going to do it, when you stitch leather together, a lot of times you'll have the pieces join up together and you can see the stitch line all the way around, and it kind of puckers out, which is I love that look. It's a really great look. I wanted to do something a little bit different. On this bag, I wanted to hide all the stitching seams. I wanted it to be kind of invisible. So to accomplish that, you have to cut the great big piece of leather out. So it's a really long piece that kind of comes down like that. You have to dye that leather, then you edge it. Then you have to construct this bag inside out. So this side, is exposed on the outside, and inside out I sew and stitch You're not going to see it on camera. But all the little lines in there, I have stitched. And this bag was, when it was fully constructed, this side here was outside. So then I had to, once I had it constructed, I had to turn the whole bag the right way in. Which, believe it or not, is not an easy thing to do with vegetable tan leather, because vegetable tan leather comes a little bit stiffer of a leather. However, I mean, just notice I just built this bag today. I completed it today, and it is already, with all the bending and stretching and moving of this bag that I've had to do, it's already starting to break in great. It's starting to wrinkle up, and over time of use, and this bag's going to last a very, very long time. Really long time. It's going to wrinkle and develop and will eventually become more floppy. It will sag. It will sag in on itself over time. But anyway, that's basically how I made it. I hand stitch everything. So this is all hand stitched, hand riveted. All the straps are all hand riveted. And I used brass fixtures on all this. So this is brass rivets, D-rings, and this little closure here. Again, but that closure is probably not going to be there in the bags that I'm making in the future. Anyway, if you have any questions on this bag, please feel free to leave it in the comments below. And I look forward to other videos that I'm going to be doing on how I make journals and probably wallets. I'll probably bring in some pieces together and show you guys all the tools. You'd be surprised how many different hand tools you use, and the products, and the leather conditioner, the leather color sealer that you use on here, Resolene, and dyes. You'd be surprised how much stuff goes into it, how many tools is used just in producing a simple bag like this. Hope you liked the video. Have a good day. God bless.